Bermuda Broadcasting Company station.
It's now time for Inside Sports Talk Radio with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baisden. Brought to you by the Lindos Group of Companies, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. Now let's go live with Ian Rollins and Earl Baisden.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio on this lovely Monday afternoon. It's April 16, 2018. I'm Ian Rollins with my colleague, Earl Basin. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I got you good. You paused.
No, I was going to say Mr. Rollins. And then I said, no. And you said sir, so I'll say sir.
You say sir. Good. All is well?
All is wonderful.
Take advantage of this lovely weather of the last 3 days?
Oh, it's been summerful but springful weather.
Good.
Because it's been hot, but it's been a little cool breeze in the air. So.
But you like a little cool breeze?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool. I'm sure you had a positive and enjoyable weekend.
Yeah. Nothing out of the norm. It's just another sporty weekend.
And your dark blue, light blue colors.
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. We have to fix that for you one day.
I don't know what you're going to fix, man.
It'll be done.
I don't know what you're going to fix.
It'll be done. Trust me.
I don't know what you're trying to fix, but many have tried.
And many have what?
All have failed.
All have failed.
Yeah.
I don't believe in failure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it is what it is.
All right. Cool. Just letting guests know, our audience, that our lineup today of guests will feature David Patrick, the men's head basketball coach at University of California, Riverside, Division I basketball in California. As you know, he's a Bermudian, and now he's the head coach of the men's Division I basketball in California. We will be speaking with him momentarily. Actually, he's online right now, standing by for an interview. In addition, we will have Mr. Monroe Darrell, our personal trainer and CEO of the MDX Games, Bermuda's first ambidextrous event that will be held this coming Sunday, April 22nd at the National Sports Center from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And Mr. Jacon Edmonds, Senior Sports Development Officer of Department of Youth and Sport and Recreation. He'll be joining us in the studio to share the upcoming Coaching for Success seminar. And of course, Dave Wolf will be joining us with his segment, Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. As you know, he gives us some inspirational and enthusiasm about health and fitness. And he'll be joining us again today on Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. That's our lineup of guests. I just realized that we have all males joining us today. But, we stand by here from Vicky Abraham, who will come in and give us an update on the ITU, as you know, it gets underway next week. Next week, Saturday, 28th. Wow, man, time flies. Mercy. That'll be exciting. Well, with us on the phone right now, we go straight to it, is Mr. David Patrick. As we said, he's the men's basketball coach at the University of California, Riverside, Division I. Good morning to you, David. It's 8:15, 8:20 out there in California. How you doing? I'm fine. It's afternoon here in Bermuda. It's great. I'm cool. It sounds like you're just waking up.
You know what? I just got off the basketball court from here at 8 o'clock, and we have to work out the morning at 6 a.m. So I'm just trying to get my bearings.
Understood. Well, first of all, let me congratulate you on the new post as the men's basketball coach at the University of California, Riverside, Division I. I believe you are probably Bermuda's first personal basketball coach to take on Division I. As you know, basketball is a huge sport in the United States. First of all, how did you get that post, and how does it feel now that you got this accomplishment under your belt? You're going to take this school to the next level.
First of all, it's a blessing to be a coach and be a head coach. I'm so thankful that the university and the chancellor, Kim Wilcox, and my athletic director, Tamika Jones-Smith, gave me the opportunity to be their head coach. Look, I've been coaching for 13 years now after playing in college and then playing professionally overseas. And I kind of just started at the ground floor and worked my way up. As an assistant coach at a small Division I school in Louisiana called Nicholls State, and moved on to a place called St. Mary's in California, where I was fortunate enough to coach Patrick Mills, who plays with the San Antonio Spurs, and Matthew Dellavedova, who's with the Milwaukee Bucks at the moment. And then moved on to the NBA with the Rockets, and then LSU. I was fortunate enough to coach my godson named Ben Simmons, who's playing in the NBA right now. And moved on to TCU these past 2 years as the associate head coach, and the opportunity came knocking, and it was something I could not turn down.
Wow, it's interesting how you mentioned Ben Simmons. I read an article on ESPN on their website, and he mentioned your name as the man that really helped him orchestrate his game. So kudos to you. So if you turning him around and put him in the perspective that he is, that's most likely going to be the NBA Rookie of the Year. You being the Godfather, and you could probably work some of that magic at your new post there.
That's the hope. That's the hope. If I can get another guy, something like that, I'll be so thankful. But you know, he's done it through hard work, and you know, he's an international kid like myself, and I think you know, anybody that comes here from, you know, internationally, wherever they come from, Australia, Bermuda, so on and so forth, he really sees the opportunity, and that's my hope here to not only recruit the best American kids in the area here in California, but also recruit internationally, which has been my strong point for the last 13 years.
Can you give us a sense of what it's like between coaching colleges, universities, and in the NBA? What the major difference would be?
You know, I think the major difference is, you know, I think you can have an effect on young men's lives in college. You know, in the NBA, they make so much money that they probably don't want to hear your opinion in terms of raising men, and some of them are already mature and married, and so it becomes more of a business. At this level, it's not only, you know, teaching them how to win and lose, but it's teaching them to persevere in school and get your degree. You know, there's a fulfillment when they move on to get married and have children. You're a part of their lives, I think, for a lot longer. And the impact you have, in my opinion, is a lot longer in college than it is in the pros. Because, you know, guys get traded weekly and monthly, and guys move team to team, so it's very hard to get that same bond with your players.
What would you consider giving you more satisfaction, grooming a young man into molding him into a person that is looked up to and revered globally, or is it helping that person in the NBA to straighten out themselves and become a better person?
You know, I think your first question, I think if they can go on and be, because the ball only bounces for so long, and then you got to go on and live in society and be a positive image. And so I think anytime you can have a fingerprint on someone going on to, whether it be a CEO of a company or be a good husband or whatever their pursuits are, anytime you can have a fingerprint on that, I think gives you more fulfillment rather than just going on to the NBA and making a lot of money. You know, that money doesn't last forever. So.
Okay. Again, kudos to you for your new position. My question to you now is, what's the possibility, David? I know you come back home now and then to visit the island and visit your father and family, and that's great. What's the possibility of recruiting some of the local talent here in Bermuda? As we know, basketball is thriving here in Bermuda and is making huge strides, more so in the last 10 to 15 years. A number of our athletes are going off to prep school / university, and like yourself, going to take on the pros. Can we see some of our athletes, the 10 to 14-year-olds, possibly making it to the prep schools and then university?
You know, I would love to, and selfishly, I would love to, you know, get a Bermudian or two on my team here. And obviously, I have to get there on the ground first and recruit them. But I do know, you know, my father's Iceland Patrick in Bermuda, and he keeps me up to date with different articles that comes out in the paper. But now that I'm a head coach, I can kind of call my own shots, which is a one good thing. So I would like to come over and just start looking at those kids at a young age, because I know the talent level has grown. When I came over a year and a half ago, I was able to see that with my own eyes, and so I'd be nothing happier than to get the first Bermudian to come here and play for me at Riverside.
With that said, what is your expectations now? And now that you're the head coach at Riverside at University of California, what are your expectations for the upcoming season, the 2018-2019 season, now that the Division I is over? Congratulations to University of Villanova, who won the last 2 out of 3 championships. What are your expectations for yourself and for the school?
Look, you know, at my press conference on Wednesday, they asked me the same question, and my answer was this: to win the Big West and to win right away. And we're in a conference called the Big West, where we play the likes of University of Hawaii, Santa Barbara, Long Beach State, so on and so forth. And it's a conference that is up for the taking. They've had 8 different winners the last 8 different years, so there's a lot of room to go in and win right away. And that's why I came here. I was in a great situation at Texas Christian University in Dallas. We had just been in the NCAA tournament and built that program kind of from the ground up. And I did not have to leave unless I found a situation where I knew we could win right away on the floor and then also in the classroom.
It's no secret, David. There's pressure when you become a head coach in any college/university in the United States. As you know, it's a thriving event/sport that thrives in universities, and the backing is there. Do you feel the pressure that's going to be mounting on you as the season comes closer to you?
I think there'll be, they'll probably put more pressure on myself than the peripheral. I've been fortunate that every college I've been at, we've been to the NCAA tournament, and I've been to Sweet 16s and Final Fours, and I've been around winning, and so I'm hopeful that translates quickly to this team. A lot of it comes down from how hard you work now in April, May, and June. It's not what you do in November, December. So a lot of the hard work we're doing now, I'm hopeful it pays off as the season comes around in November. But I'm going to put more pressure on myself than I think anybody's going to put on me from the outside.
Okay. Any final questions? Well, Dave, we want to wish you all the best, and we will be following you through the season. It's an honor to have this opportunity to speak with you. And you've been basketball throughout your life. I speak to your father, Ison. He gives me updates and things of that sort. So on my behalf, I just want to give you all the best and look out for you and see what it's all going to be about. And then hopefully we can speak to you as the season goes on, as it goes on for 2019 and beyond.
Well, no, thank you so much. And I know I wouldn't be here without the foundation that I got growing up in Bermuda. My mother, Victorine Patrick, who's passed, and my father, Ison. And I know I learned a lot as a young man there. How to just be a good person, and I wouldn't be here where I am today without that background. So thank you for having me on your show.
Not a problem. We wish you all the best for this year, and we'll be in touch. We're going to take a commercial break, and we have more guests. Again, that was David Patrick, the men's head basketball coach at the University of California, Riverside, Division I basketball Bermudian, who's looking to take his trade and take it beyond. We'll be back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Lindo's Group of Companies, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. We'll return after the break.
Premier Health is a smart health insurance plan that does most of the thinking for you.
You're automatically connected to 1 million U.S. network providers, 24/7 worldwide support,
And more local providers who are registered online.
96% of claims are settled in 5 days, often without paperwork. Less paperwork cuts errors, delays, and costs.
So more of your premium goes towards generous benefits.
Premier Health. Smart health insurance feels good.
Call Colonial on 296-3200
Or visit cgigroup.com.
Here's a new arrival on the healthy snack market, created by a legendary snack entrepreneur, Vegan Rob Snacks. Brand namesake Robert Ehrlich opted out of the bag snacks big league after years of successfully launching many of the iconic snack brands. Rob funnels all that expertise into his choice to put a little more TLC into his process and brings us superior nutrition value and out-of-this-world flavors. Try Vegan Rob's turmeric and spinach kettle chips and dairy-free cheddar or Brussels puffs. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo's in St. George's and Main Road Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday, 12 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 5, and
That's great Don Bassett.
Don Bassett, how you doing, sir? 429-6333. Game Time. You play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Bermuda Broadcasting Company is pleased to present Inside Health with Don Bassett and Sarah Boschanoya of the Bermuda Diabetes Association on Power 95 FM. This new 45-minute live and in-depth analysis will provide the latest information on diabetes. In addition, we will feature guests and those sharing testimonials who've been successfully managing their diabetes. Phone lines will be open for your participation. That's Inside Health with Don Bassett and Sarah Bosch-Denoya every first and third Tuesday of the month on Power 95. Brought to you by Lindo's Group of Companies and the Argus Group.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baisden.
Yes, and welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Just as we said just before the commercial break, we had David Patrick, the men's head basketball coach at the University of California, Riverside, Division I in Bermuda, taking on that post, and we wish him all the best. Excuse me. That's not an easy task.
No,
that's not an easy task.
It's up to the challenge. I mean, he's bounced around from the professional world to what we consider the amateur world, in high school and college and university. So, I think he's now set himself up to be the best person for this particular position, and through experience of what he's done throughout his basketball career.
Would he be Bermuda's first ever male person to take on Division I basketball? I believe as a head coach.
I'm not 100% sure.
I think he is. I could be wrong. I don't think he's. I think he is.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I stand to be correct.
Right.
But kudos to him again.
Cool.
Well, joining us in studio right now is Mr. Monroe Darrell, personal trainer and CEO of the MDX Games, Bermuda's first ambidextrous event, happening this coming Sunday, April 22nd from 2 to 5 at the National Sports Center. How did you come up with this MDX Games, Monroe?
MDX Games. Well, it was a broken down word. First it was ambidextrous, and then we used different letters for abbreviating MBDX. And then I ran across a friend of mine, and he said, "Why not MDX Games? The Monroe Darrell X Games. Make it an ambidextrous, make it an ambidextrous event."
Right.
And with that, coming up as a sports person in cricket and in soccer, and those are two primary sports that we feed here locally. Those are two largest, I would say. But we have other sports as well, from basketball to cricket and everything else. But it really took to me with the MDX and the ambidextrous training from myself as a professional, but to want to also see how we can start to take our skill level and just stop feeding one side, but be able to develop both sides. And I've learned over the years, working with different soccer players who may have gone off to England to pursue their career, we're only one-sided. And I said to myself, how could you have the appetite for international exposure by being just one-sided? And I said, these things here have to be absorbed from an early age. I mean, with martial arts, you have to use both sides of your body. And to me, really wanting to take this knowledge I have of developing left to right, not just with throwing and kicking as well, but also with calligraphy and writing as well. And if you're a person who understands who plays chess or checkers or games, you use both sides of your brain. And to me, I feel that we have so much potential here in Bermuda, that at our club level for soccer and at our club level for cricket, if they really started to, I feel as if, absorb some of the drills and skills that the ambidextrous event will give out, will release, will start taking place, because I can't do it all. But they have larger fields, they have larger clubs, and we have the numbers there, and I feel to myself that the MDX Games can help people understand, especially if a young person coming up as a sporting person, to recognize your deficiency. And not to say it's a bad thing, but it's something that you can improve on. And if we want to be back at a level where my grandfather's Bobby Simons, and he told me before, when teams used to come here and play us, it was because the caliber of player was meeting the expectation that drew international people to want to come and play Bermudians. So I said to myself, what is it with our cricket and soccer that can help? And I felt to myself, ambidextrous with kicking and throwing will help develop that skill one. If you're naturally talented, it's one thing, but natural talent also needs continuous consistency and not pacifying our potential. I think that our potential here is great, but it gets pacified after a certain age. And we have to start to unleash that, And so that, for me, with the ambidextrous, the MDX Games, and the ambidextrous event, it's about just having young people to come through, even if you are a fitness buff, right? To come through and just test it out, just to see where you are, because it's nothing like developing both sides of your body. That way you don't feel awkward You know, you only feel awkward when you're challenged to say, okay, now write with your opposite hand. And if you're forced to, because maybe of an accident or something may have happened, then you're forced to do it.
Right.
But so it requires immediate patience, it requires immediate focus, and it's boring, but anything you're not good at is always going to be boring.
True, that is true.
So for me, you know, I would love to see this event to really start to generate momentum at other club level, not just for myself, but I want this to be a spark to the flame for us to take our cricket, our soccer, our triathlons, our track is great. They already sorted.
Right.
You talked about basketball. That's a great thing for Bermudian. You know, and if we can start to take even our basketball level, you know, to the level of where Bermudians are really reaching there, because you can have a practice enough as a master student, in my eyes, of like a Michael Jordan or, you know, or just looking at over the sports, just looking over the years and things. That's all.
Do you think our athletes really understand this, what you're going to bring the MDX games to you? Do they understand it? Because we understand, yes, the conditioning of a sport. We understand that we have to get better, we practice, we train, we do this. But the sport is more of a business and a science now than ever before.
Well, they would definitely recognize where they're at. How they take this basic knowledge, how they take this basic information. It's like mathematics. You never forget 1 + 1. And you never forget your left plus your right. So if they can take from this event here, coming to get tested, looking at the left side, see how far they can throw, wonder how far they can kick, and the right side the opposite way. And if they say to themselves, you know what, I need to do some more work. If I see myself not just as an academic student, but as a student athlete, or even as a professional person who chooses to want to become the next Nicky Wells, we have the Sean Gooders, we have them out there. So what is it that we're not really tapping into, I feel? And I feel as if our players, our potential, is not pressing their potential enough. I feel ambidextrous training and development at the level of where you need your actual left to right skill can take it there.
So you're going to put this event on Sunday at the National Sports Center from 2 to 5. How are you going to showcase all this under your umbrella? I mean, you must have assistants that are going to help you with this.
Oh, I have a team. I have a great team working with me. And like I said, it's not some great volunteers helping me as well. Bermuda Football Association, they are coming on board with the kicking side. We have the Bermuda Cricket Board coming on board with the cricket side. So those are the two main things that's going to take place in the middle of the field. On the outskirts, we will have the vendors, gymnastics, basketball, table tennis, and others. So this way here, because yesterday they had an event up at the National Stadium, which was, I believe, a gaming expo. And it was a great turnout, great community expo, you know, and I love to see the archery, the fencing, all that requires left to right, you know, not just forward, front to back, but lateral thinking as well. And not many people, I find, spark that. I mean, because if you're a parent and you see your child has this development of wanting to become a better person, what are we also feeding them outside of just sending them to a coach that we can help them with? And to me, you know, if you recognize that you can take. That's how Tiger Woods' father did it. He took him to the range, and you keep driving, and you keep getting better at that. So to me, I feel as if we can start to really take hold of our potential and start letting our clubs really absorb this ambidextrous work, because any great sporting icon we have from Bermuda, from legendary standpoint, they were executing on both sides, from Clyde Bassett to Sean Gooder. You know, and so those things to me, I feel as if will be a great help. And it's not, like I said, it's not just me doing it. You know, it's really coming on board with other people who have looked to help make this event a success. And it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's something that everyone that can sip on, because you can always develop yourself. You can always take your potential and get better. Now, if you're lazy, it's not for you.
Who's some of the invites you sent out to?
As far as invites,
people to get involved.
I've talked to Dawood, I've talked to Victor Scott. I haven't gone to any clubs. I've just done radios, I've just done the Facebook, social media, and hopefully this will start to draw some attention, I feel, because I know it's a lot going on. So I haven't been able to really get out and go to any major clubs, but I'm hoping with the reach that I'm on right now would help to at least spark that, to let clubs know, you know, we'll have a few players come up and just come test yourself out, because I don't think beyond practice people really do practice. If they unless they have to go training on Tuesday night or Thursday night, they don't really do much. They, you know, it's like, you know, it's almost like a chore. But until practice becomes religion, you know, that to me is what is what I'm going for. So my reach today is right here through social media, through the schools I've gone through. I was on Pound 85, I was on 103. So I'm using the extensions of where I can reach, but obviously I'm looking for more community help as well to see it, and I'm looking for this to be an annual event to see who can throw the farthest, who can kick the farthest, and do it on both sides equally good. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I know we have out there. So when we have our players being challenged, they can start to execute both on left to right. And with that development, it brings your mind on a little bit more sound, because execution and results is preparation.
Will you be also offering tips on how to do this correctly? Because if you're having games and someone comes out and just does it, and the risk of injury,
we have physio,
right?
We have a massage, myoflash release therapist there as well, to help them with. So I have stations. We'll have stations set up for flexibility and stretching before anyone goes into the middle, and that way the athlete will obviously be prepped first.
Right.
That way they're able to understand the mechanical position of kicking and throwing, and just not doing it just to do it, but also to have some sort of symmetry behind it as well. So this is not an event to come up and it's patience.
Yes.
It's timing, and it's to take something from this and absorb it and to start to develop it for yourself.
Right.
That's what this event here is. So yes, we have other professionals from physio and myoflash release therapists as well to be on board as well to help them before they get into the middle. Right. So that they're prepped. So that when they do go for a kick or they do go for a throw, they're ready.
Okay.
So looking for, I'm really happy about this, and I love to see us as a culture growing stronger in our health and our appetite for fitness intensity to grow stronger, not just locally based, but I want the international appetite to be drawn to Bermuda, to say Bermuda's really picked that game up, and I deeply do feel that ambidextry can help that. Will help that. It will help that. It's not it can't. It will help it. Right.
So how are you planning to identify symmetry of which is stronger, left or right? Because you have some people who will kick with their right, throw with their left, and vice versa. So how do you? Because I could come and say I'm right-handed, but I actually throw better with my left.
But you will find out. But you will find out when you do it yourself. When you get up.
And you have people that do it.
Oh, you're gonna do it yourself.
Yeah.
So when you come up and you grab, you're allowed 4 items. You're allowed 4 tries per limb.
Right.
And I came up with that because we have 4 limbs.
Right.
So each limb gets 4 tries. You get to throw with your left arm 4 times, your right arm 4 times, your left leg 4 kicks, your right leg 4 kicks. And after the distance measure, rather if you hold over the place, if you're on a straight line, you'll recognize which one's the truth and which one's becoming the truth.
You have some people that kick with the stronger foot and can't get it in the area where you want it to get.
But that's the thing about it, and that will then come down to the individual recognizing how disciplined, how focused are they when it comes to them being well prepared, and not just saying that you are, but then being vulnerable to show that I really can't kick that well. I'm only going on momentum.
Right.
So can you stand still, wind up, and execute with efficiency? Because we look at international players on soccer. I mean, when I saw Cristiano Ronaldo, I watch soccer. I love highlights, but when I saw him do the flying reverse bicycle kick. Not too long ago. That's not something that comes overnight.
Right.
He would have to eat, sleep, and breathe football for his skill level to see that trajectory, to see that intensity, and be able to execute it under such confident skill.
Right. Because
of the development of his focus and his practice. And we love to cheer on him, but I want to be cheering on more Bermudians like that who have the ability to take it to that level. Really, I know we can.
Right.
So that's what I'm basically looking for, and I think the younger we help them, the better they become, and it's for young people of all ages, but for the meat of the event, or for those who are at club level, folks like myself, gentlemen like ourselves in there, who want to come up and just try something fun, just something a little bit different that doesn't require too much effort, but it will require some exhaustion, but nothing too much to break you down, but. And for the ones who want to come for a bit more intensity, I have a little special elixir mixed in for that. So it's not just going through. You might have to do a push-up, clap, and then through.
Okay.
So this way here, I mean, it's also handwriting drills as well. Being able to write with left to right at the same time. So there's other skills and drills we have also set up that are going to be present there as well.
Okay. So I can't take part in the writing part.
Of course you can.
With my mom in 3 places years ago, I had to write in my left hand for 2 years. Trust me, I can't do that. Because I write just as good as well.
We'll see. We'll see at the same time. Simultaneous.
Oh, yeah.
Simultaneous.
I had to teach myself how to use my arm again.
Is it print or is it calligraphy?
Hey, you said right. You didn't don't change the rules.
No.
You said right.
I mean, everyone can kick, but can you bicycle kick backwards?
Hey,
So
I can pick up a bike, hit it over my head, and go backwards.
I like it.
That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
I love it, but I mean, I really do see, and I know that, you know, I know we have our potential wanting to be pressed. I know our potential can develop better, and I really do feel that ambidextry can take it there,
Right.
and it will take it there, and you know, to really see our young people and any sport and athlete to want to become more encouraged by developing your symmetry. You know, even when if you're into bodybuilding, that's left to right. You're not just bulked up on one side of your body.
Right.
You know, so ambidextry is not just played off into the physicality of just throwing and kicking as well. It's so much more than that. You know, even when we drive, we signal left, we signal right, right?
Yeah.
So all these things are to me help. And with ambidextry, like I said, it's a patience, right, that require you to sit still and try. And be there and be present. So for myself, and you know, being a professional in this business for 12 years and loving sports, loving exercise, loving health, that's the key. I mean, you can be fit, but I think healthiness is the wealthiness of this, and I would love to see the ambidextry to create a stronger kicking and throwing application with our cricket and our soccer community, to take us to the level where we see Philadelphia competing 8 times world champion. Bermuda, to me, we need to start, I feel, taking our appetite for cricket and soccer to that level. We have it. We do have it. And I know that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Darrell, thank you very much. We wish you all the best on Sunday. Again, this is at the National Sports Center, April 22nd from 2 p.m. to 5. Is it free or?
It's a free family. I mean, you can't be. I mean,
Can't be free.
It's free.
Yeah.
I mean, it's free. It's parking at National Stadium, so it's a local. It's a localized venue, so everyone knows where it is. It's a safe venue.
Yeah.
It's fun. It would also have healthy food catered as well, for fruits and snacks and water as well, because I believe in that.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So I'm very happy and I'm very thankful. I thank you guys for allowing me to come in and speak on behalf of this event today. Look forward to seeing you guys come up there and give your best kick and your best throw, even if it's from the sidelines. You know.
All right, not a problem. And sure, we'll be in touch with you after this event and discuss more.
Yes.
Again, we wish you all the best with MDX Games this coming Sunday, April 22nd from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. If anyone wants to get in contact with you, is there a contact number for you?
504-4181.
Okay. And it's free and it's fun and it's a community event. And if you want to email it, you can email them at info@monroehealth.com.
At Amcor Health.
Oh, Amcor, I'm sorry. I got my glasses.
Info
Info
at
Amcor Health.com. Forgive me. We're going to take a commercial break. We have our next guest join us in studio.
Thank you very much.
Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by
Thank you, my friend.
Yes,
Cool. Appreciate you.
Right.
Your brother.
Good. Yeah,
Yes, man.
Good.
All right.
Sure.
Mr. Bassett, all the best. My bestie. Thank you.
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday, 12 to 6.
There you go, young man.
30 till 5.
Both of you had the
Saturday,
same, it's the
10 till 5.
same.
For more
I
details,
think it's the
visit
same
GameTime.pm or call 296-3222.
Or you get that
Game
TV
Time.
or whatever,
We play,
I don't know.
we pay. Game Time.
Good afternoon, fellas. You guys all right?
It is a new arrival on the Healthy Snack Market,
For Thursday,
created by a legendary snack.
What's this? What you mean?
Vegan Rob snacks.
That's what Thursday.
Brand namesake Robert
Half of
Airlick
you room.
opted out of the
Here it
bag
is.
league after years
Walk
of
in,
successfully launching
stay
many
left,
of the
go
iconic
up the
snack
steps.
brands.
That big
Rob owes all that
up there.
expertise into his choice
Yeah, man, a
of
couple more
flavors,
times, get yourself a nice breeze.
and brings us to
Dude.
nutritious value and out of the
I'll read so much. Oh, you're gonna read some scripts too. You only committing those.
Like, I'm doing something else.
Set that camera to you, man. Get up with
I'm doing something else. I said that day.
I'll fight. Opportunity will be there, and I'll send out another email today just to confirm who's this going.
Right.
But tomorrow,
So you wrote them all?
what the scripts?
No.
I have to write them all. I mean, they did about 6 of them so far. I did the rest before theirs.
Premier Health. Smart health insurance feels good.
Call Colonial on 296-3200
Or visit cgigroup.com.
You can tell me I said I'm coming.
Tuesday mornings on Power 95 at 8:15 for the Travel Edge Weekly Travel Talk Show. The same experienced team of travel professionals, same phone numbers, and location.
Slim Rim in the 74.
Slim
Rim.
Live your travel dream.
You tell you? Was it what? You don't believe me?
No, I'm laughing at you too.
Even nobody. Even nobody. Liverpool, we never walk alone.
What money got going on?
Technology that can help you chart your day. From St. George's to Somerset, sunshine to severe weather, with digital Doppler radar, AccuWeather helps you stay on top of your day. Proudly brought to you by BF&M. AccuWeather only on ZBM TV9. More in a minute. Comes first.
This AccuWeather report is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group. Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio with Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Beeston.
And welcome back. Just want to let our listeners know that we do have a sports trivia question for you, and I will let you know. I know my announcer's looking at me like, you didn't give me no warning. I know I did, and time was just getting away. I'll just throw the question out there right now. It's a very basic one. They've all been basic. What do you think?
They have all been relatively easy.
Okay, it goes like this. Clarence Hill, Bermuda Soul medalist in the Olympic Games, made his professional debut in boxing in what month and year? Clarence Hill, Bermuda Soul medalist in the Olympic Games, made his professional debut in boxing in what month and year?
Slow down,
you Google people.
No. Because it's his professional career, not when he won the medal.
No, professional.
No, I'm just telling you folks. Because everybody's can call up here and say,
professional career.
Right.
Not the amateur, professional career.
Now Google.
Yeah. Give us a call at 292-9595. Hey, take the answer. There you go. There's the answer. The book, right? Joining us now in studio is that gentleman named Jacon Edness. Somerset's former cup match captain, who's had a couple of victories in cup match at St. George's. It's all good.
You like throwing that party, innit?
No, it's a fact. It's not about throwing. It's a fact. And I'm just repeating the fact.
Okay,
Jack.
No problem, man.
Okay, cool.
No problem. He's got a different hat.
Well-known fact, actually.
He's wearing a different hat. It's okay.
It's a well-known fact.
Let's get to what he's here for.
Oh, awesome.
That other thing will come later on.
Okay, Liverpool's moving into the semi-finals.
You don't want to talk about
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about that either,
The tub's full. It's rather the water's going to be warm or ice cold. One or the other.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell he's not from Liverpool. Good afternoon, Mr. Edness. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem, mate. You've got an event that's happening this coming weekend, I believe it is.
No.
No, it's not this weekend?
No, it's actually May 4th
May
to
4th,
6th,
I'm sorry,
but
yeah.
Registration closed this weekend.
Yes, that's what it is. Okay.
Yes, we are having Department of Youth, Sport, and Recreation hosting a coaching seminar the weekend of May 4th to 6th. We have partnered with an overseas coaching agency named the Positive Coaching Alliance, who their motto is better athletes, better people. So they're more on the lines of developing athletes, the mental aspect of coaching, not necessarily worrying about the technical aspect, which is important as well, but they focus on the mental aspect of coaching.
Have you looked at, because we've talked about this for a while, have you looked at when the invitations go out as national sports governing bodies ensuring that some of their, especially national coaches, attend to get this message?
First of all, the message was sent out to all national sport governing bodies and sports clubs alike on Ireland. We know there's plenty of coaches on there and on dealing with sports, and we would just like to give them the opportunity to enhance their skills. Yeah, that's it. Whether we get the turnout we want, that we will have to see about that.
No, because I know you guys you're talking that it's not just on the sporting aspect, but it's to help mold a good all-round coach as well. Because coaches have more. Some coaches have more influence than some parents, and because the youngsters or adults play a particular sport because they love it, and they'll listen to people who are that inspiration sort of thing. So if you're offering an opportunity for a coach to identify when someone's having a problem off the field, that they can learn how to manage that, I think that's what the message is for the department, to encourage people to come out and take part of this coaching seminar.
Yes, definitely. And we kept the price very low. It's $25. First of all, there are 4 modules that will take place, one on Friday. Sorry, let me go through them. The first module will be Friday evening, 5:30, and that module is called Developing Competitors. The second one will be Saturday morning at 9:30. That's called Double Girl Coach, Developing Culture in Practices and Games. The third module will be Saturday afternoon at 1:30. That's Positive Motivation, just getting the best of your athlete. And the last one will be Sunday morning, which is entitled Coaching for Peak Performance. So it touches on different aspects of coaching to get the best out of your athlete in a positive way. You know, sometimes you go to different sports and you see coaches shouting up and on the touchdowns, "Come on, Mike, do this, do that," you know. And they all have their different ways of motivation.
Right.
But this is just taking a more positive and holistic approach to dealing with your athletes and getting the best out of them. And of course helping them develop along the way as better athletes and better people.
Yeah, yeah. How did you guys come up with this particular management group that you're working with to sort of offer this here?
Well, within the sports policy, you know, it was about giving development. And as not forgetting about the coaches, because it's easy to forget about administrators and coaches when you think development, especially sport development. You know, you want to cater to the athletes, but we have to cater to the coaches to in turn make these athletes a little better. So a lot of research was done, and we settled on this particular agency who were very accommodating, and they will send one facilitator to deal with the entire weekend. The individual coming in goes by the name of Calix Crabb, who was a former MLB player for San Diego Padres in 2008 or so. So they're affiliated with high-profile names of coaches. Who's who are coaching? Phil Jackson, Doc Rivers. You know, these guys are on the board of trustees. So that just goes to show you that they wouldn't sign off on it or be a part of it if it wasn't, you know, wouldn't benefit all coaches. So we're planning for a good weekend, and hopefully the response so far has been positive, and that's why I want to get this message out. If anyone else, we kept the fee very low to encourage everyone to come on board and get involved.
Are there maximum numbers because of everything where you guys are hosting and all? Are there maximum numbers?
Yes, we want to say maybe about 80 per module. Yeah. So it's a lot of room,
right?
You know, and as I said, the cost is nominal. Just to encourage more people to come. And again, it's not sports specific. Don't think because a guy that used to play professional baseball was coming in to talk about coaching is sticking to baseball.
Right.
You know, it's to do with, as I say, the mental aspect of coaching, getting the best out of your athletes, fostering a positive culture within your teams and things like that. So it's not sports specific. It talks about development.
Hang around for a minute. We're going to break away from news, and when we come back, we'll interview you again. Give us some final tips on what's going to happen before we close out with you. So we're going to break away from news for about 5 minutes, and be back after this. Where's it going to be held to?
Sorry, see the bridge.
Right, this.
The Culture Street, Kilmore Richards and Culture Street.
Okay.
From St. George's to Somerset, sunshine to severe weather, with digital Doppler radar, AccuWeather helps you stay on top of your day.
How long is news?
3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Getting better.
Yeah, 30 seconds better. I was watching the fucking game again, but I watched Saturday's game. I watched it yesterday, and I watched the second leg against City. I watched it again.
I was in my office in the office watching that.
Oh, Saturday?
No,
on Tuesday.
The City
Wednesday. Tuesday. And the funny part was today. Yesterday. Your boy Monaco's president says Lamar's up for sale.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fuck, you know what? He was out.
Yeah. I think we're going to get a few guys or something like this little run.
It's gonna be, if we get a few players, like 2 midfielders and another defender and a forward, some guys will be going.
We need backup.
That's
Half the
big.
man
For
has been
Salah,
banned from the roads for a
either
year and
forward,
a half
two
after
midfielders,
admitting
and
to
a
driving
defender.
well
I'm thinking
over legal
more along the
alcohol
line of
limits.
wingers.
Hearing a magistrate's court
Because he
today,
plays the
Gregory
4-3-3.
Penn Sr. also
Right.
pleaded
You have
guilty
guys
to failing
coming.
to
Who's
stop
the morning
after an
and then
accident
coming in
on March 2nd this year on
Yeah,
It's
Capital
nothing.
Street,
It's nothing you
Hampton.
can do. Yeah.
Court heard that there was a
Salah
two-car
gets it,
crash in the
beat
area near the
some
railway
big
trail
guys in that
where a
mode.
white Kia sped away without
And
stopping.
somebody to,
Police later
I mean,
located
they
the car in a
use
Warwick
some
residence.
lady walking
The
in
vehicle's
proper.
front bumper was damaged.
Yeah,
Ken,
he's
who was the
one
driver, explained to
Yeah.
officers
Strike
that
him.
he
Oh,
thought
no, strike
only
him.
the mirror bumped
And,
the other car. He
get
also
killed.
admitted to having consumed a few beers. An alcohol analyzer test later revealed he had 116 milligrams of alcohol and 100
Who got drunk now?
blood, whereas the legal limit is 80
So what's this
milligrams.
about? This is what
Magistrate
this
Police
is.
included
This
a fine
is
man
coming Sunday,
$150
sorry,
for
and
failing
that's
to
supposed to
stop,
It's
$1,200
about
for driving
I
over
mean,
the
that
legal
church.
limit,
Yeah.
plus
Yeah,
handed down
know
to
that your
18
left
months
is as strong as your
disqualification
right,
from driving on
basically,
vehicles.
right? And vice
National
versa.
Security Minister Wayne Keynes is
And
in
it's
London
a new
this
way
week to
of
share Bermuda's
basically
financial
conditioning yourself.
technology or fintech
And
strategy with London
make sure your
industry
brain
stakeholders.
on your right is as
Fintech
strong as your
encompasses
left.
non-traditional delivery
Which is
methods
kinda
of
cool,
financial
really.
technology,
You know,
including
you're kicking on your
smartphones,
right.
mobile banking,
Yeah.
currencies,
You get some shit?
blockchain.
Is that legal?
The Minister
No, it's not legal.
Finally, his government recently tabled landmark legislation
Got arrested.
allowing the island to establish itself as a cryptocurrency center. Mr. Keynes' visit will include meetings with representatives from the City of London, businesses, UK government agencies, and the Bermuda Business Development Agency. The Bermuda Hospitality
let me give you Dave
Institute
Wolf's
is
number.
launching 2 new courses this
Alright.
month in an effort
261
to help hospitality workers expand their skills and
0411.
advance their careers. One course is called Elements of
261
Training Serving Guests with
0411.
You got it.
Disabilities,
Okay.
which will be delivered online. The other is called TripAdvisor Reputation Management Frontline Staff, an online course explaining how positive guest reviews contribute to a property's bottom line. Log on to bhi.pm for more information. Turning overseas now, James Comey, the former FBI director fired by President Donald Trump, has questioned the fitness of his former boss to hold the top office in America. Mr. Comey gave his personal opinion of Mr. Trump during a second part of an exclusive interview with ABC News, in which he claims the president treats women like pieces of meat.
Is Donald Trump unfit to be president?
Yes, but not in the way I often hear people talk about it. I don't buy the stuff about him being mentally incompetent at early stages of dementia. He strikes me as a person of above average intelligence who's tracking conversations and knows what's going on. I don't think he's medically unfit to be president. I think he's morally unfit to be president. A person who sees moral equivalence in Charlottesville, who talks about and treats women like they're pieces of meat, who lies constantly about matters big and small and insists the American people believe it, that person's not fit to be president of the United States on moral grounds. And that's not a policy statement. Again, I don't care what your views are on guns or immigration or taxes. There's something more important than that that should unite all of us, and that is our president must embody respect and adhere to the values that are at the core of this country, the most important being truth. This president is not able to do that. He is morally unfit to be president.
Mr. Comey's statements in support of his new book titled A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership have infuriated Mr. Trump, who took to Twitter to accuse him of lying and describing him as a slimeball. I'm Tarai Trott with Bermuda Broadcasting News, brought to you by BF&M.
This weather update is provided by the Bermuda Weather Service, sponsored by BF&M.
All right, thank you, Tarai. It is 4 minutes after 1 o'clock. High clouds becoming in dim sunshine this afternoon. High today, expected 74 degrees with winds out of the south to southeast. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Winds again from the south, a low tonight, 69 degrees. Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. Couple of afternoon showers in evening as well. Southerly winds, strong winds for Tuesday, high 74, a low 65. Checking for the hump day Wednesday, sun and cloud conditions, westerly winds, high 71 degrees, a low 66 for Wednesday. Thursday, going to be clouding up on a Thursday, becoming mostly cloudy then, high 73 degrees, a low 68. And long range forecast for Friday, mostly sunny skies, couple of showers expected, sorry to tell you that. Expected high 74, a low 66 degrees.
This weather update was provided by the Bermuda Weather Service, sponsored by BF&M.
And thank you to the folks at BFNM and the Bermuda Weather Service. Guess what? It's time to go back inside sports.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio with Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. With us again is Mr. Jacon Edness. He's having a Coaching for Success seminar this coming weekend. It's in May 4th, 5th, and 6th, I believe. Where is it going to be held?
It will be held at the Kelno Richards Conference Room at Cedar Bridge Academy, so it's centrally located. And we will be based there that entire weekend.
Wow. With that said, why did you guys come up with this idea? Is this something to say that coaching has changed, say, in the last 10 to 15 years in all our sports, not specifically in one sport, but all our sports?
I just think it's a matter of giving coaches the opportunity to learn. Not everyone can afford to take a trip and go to seminars abroad. So it's just about giving them an opportunity to learn on the island, where even if they can't make the entire weekend, and let's just say they can make, I can choose to go Friday and Sunday. At least that's more knowledge. That's 4.5, maybe 5 hours of knowledge that they might not have got anyway. So it's about just giving the opportunity for everyone to get that knowledge in regards to coaching and develop their craft further.
Department's always putting on events. You put on an expo, or not you, sorry. There's been a number of events that put on in the past.
Yeah.
You're putting this on. What's it going to be like going forward after this?
We have other ideas that we want to push forth. Of course, you can only push ideas forth with proper funding, which hasn't been forthcoming as yet, but hopefully as things move forward, we are given this funding to push different initiatives forward.
Anything you add that we did not ask?
Yeah, he got very technical just now.
Yeah. He's wearing that hat.
Earlier you didn't want him to wear that hat, you just wanted to hammer me.
Because he was wearing that up. I didn't see. You always think it's being hammered. It was a fact. It was a fact.
Well,
it was a fact.
You two factual guys.
But if it's fact, what is it? You can't be facts, right?
No, you can't.
Right, so we weren't hammering.
I'm a firm believer of facts.
Right, and so we weren't hammering you specifically. We were just saying that he was the captain.
I think this is the second time I've been up here in about the past 2 months. And I want to, out of my own money, buy her a red Islands that shirt. Every time I come up here, it's got on a baby blue.
Let me tell you something.
Out of my own money.
I told Ian already. Many have tried. All have failed. No, sir. I went to Commonwealth Games in 2014. Got there and the BOA had given me a travel pack. Opened the bag, the first shirt on top.
Really?
That thing's still in the bag. Still in the bag.
So how are you supposed to represent?
Bermuda.
They have white, they have blue.
But if it was red, what's the problem? How you representing, man?
Trust me, I was all right. I brought that back and had to give him the speech. Listen, if you give me another bag, no, certain things don't go in here.
Poor Earl.
Certain things just don't go in the bag.
I guess why certain cops just don't go on the east. They just stay in the west.
You talking about police officers?
No, I'm talking about cop match.
It comes there every other year.
Yeah, exactly right. And it goes right back.
Things are set up to change this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, man, they said he will buy you a shirt.
Yeah,
top of the line.
I'm gonna tell you now. Don't waste your dollars. I don't know too many companies that will print a Red Islands that shirt. What they gonna do that for?
How about a BBC shirt?
Red?
Yeah. That's not our colors, but
it's not gonna happen.
How about white?
Yeah.
How about blue?
Yeah.
Dark blue?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just making sure. Just checking. Yeah. Back to Mr. Edness. Any final comments, sir?
No, just want to remind all aspiring coaches, PE teachers, that registration closes on Friday, April 20th. If you haven't done so already, please come fill out your form, drop it off at our head office at Craig Apton House, and also pay your registration fee for whatever course you want to do. As I said, it's $25 per course. So if you want to do the whole weekend, that's $100. So as I said, April 20th closing for registration, and the course will be the weekend of May 4th to 6th. So it's safe to say I will be playing cricket that weekend.
How you guys making those numbers, man?
Thanks, Ian, for that.
I'm in the actually question because you know, how's training going?
It's getting excellent.
Oh, yeah. You got a lot of time to bet in it.
It's getting excellent. It's getting excellent. All about development, pushing the youngsters
Sure,
forward.
man. That's sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah, push the
Put
youngsters
your hand
forward.
out.
And the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
That's it.
As long as are you planning to have fun? Because that's in sports. That's the most important thing. Guys get frustrated over small things.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be him, but at the end of the day, I'm past that right now. I'm just about developing and helping the next person come along. Someone younger than me. Look off topic. I spent my weekends working with junior wicketkeepers at BHS,
right,
part of the National Academy. So I'm just about trying to help out wherever that may be. My time playing is coming.
Tune in.
Yeah.
It's hot out there, isn't it?
Very. It gets hotter every year.
You know what it is? It doesn't get hotter. Yeah, you get older. You get older. And your mind starts saying, "Hey, hold on."
Global warming is real.
As you get closer to that monster, sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll top it off with a victory this year, isn't it?
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
That would be
I'm
lovely.
hoping all the basketball stars too, man.
Yeah, that would be lovely too.
Boston Stars, Cup match, you name it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'd be nice.
All right.
Okay. 2020, what's that? 2018.
Yeah, Z, as you get older, maybe time.
Somerset. That's where the party would be.
Yeah,
sure. That's where the game is.
Red and blue. Through and through.
And you got a pink club, man. Take it easy.
Whatever you say, mate. Well, I ain't got to worry about you. You're just coming in to watch anyway. It's not a problem.
So true, so true.
Yeah.
Every year.
Every other year. Look at you. See? Yeah.
Every year, no matter where it is, I come to watch.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
Red and blue.
Yeah.
We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we have Mr. Dave Wolf join us. We'll be back after this.
Sports Talk Radio.
Guys are sick. I wasn't going to Liverpool right after that.
Global Atlantic Financial Group.
Help me, they gotta tidy that up, man. I'll tell you what, rescind that invitation if you ain't coming in a real shirt on there. They got a serious problem here, boy.
Very serious.
No bottle work, but now we're baby meal.
Hey, Dave.
Don't even make your money.
All right. Inside Sports, going to put you on hold, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
It's CGIGroup.com.
That's a word now. 2-6.
I know, you just numbers are out there now, boy.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
All right, buddy.
See you day.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me again.
Of course, man. You
wear
need
out.
to
I'm trying to push different things. Put me on the spot that funny. You know, like you know, I'm gonna really get my penance right before I could have different.
Oh, you're talking about him?
That's actually
He did, not me. He did. What, about funded? I did not.
Yes, you did.
I said going forward.
I didn't say it. It was a
About
very
funded.
diplomatic answer.
I didn't ask what they funded.
No, you said going forward.
I said going forward.
Well, my
Yeah.
ideas,
Yeah.
my ideas hinge on
Right, funded. That's what you said.
a whole lot of ideas.
Nobody was in the order?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
All right, fellas. Cool. Thank you, bro. Let's do it here. Let's do it, man. Thanks.
Game Time. We play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio with Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baisden. This segment of health and fitness is presented to you by Fit for Life with Dave Wolf.
And you heard it. It's Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. He's on the line. Good afternoon to you, sir. How you doing?
Hey, good day, Mr. Rollins, and good day, Mr. Days, and good day down there. All is well?
All
doing,
is
brother?
great here on the western side of Bermuda Broadcasting Company. Feeling lively. I feel fresh. Why? Because I had a class with Dave this morning.
You feel good, huh? You're feeling invigorated, energized.
I'm to be honest. Yes, I am. When I get off the air, I'll go to sleep.
I think I achieved my goals and I did my job. So pretty good. Well done.
I think so. I think your whole class felt it this morning, sir. On a Monday morning.
Yeah, it's nothing like, you know what, it's weird because it's not, I get, Mondays are hard. I think, I don't know if I think I was telling you a while ago, I used to struggle with my Mondays. And I think I used to go into the weekend dreading my Mondays. But then I changed my whole perspective. But there's nothing better than, to me, just starting out your week with a good start note, whether that be a workout, whether that be doing something at work. I just think it's important to lay the foundation for the week. Your Mondays are critical. How your Monday goes, how your week goes. So that's my thing. So there you go.
As the weather starts to change, things are heating up outside. What advice do you have to people that are training? Because after a good workout, you don't want to get caught up in because your resistance becomes low and all that, especially heat.
Yeah, that's a good question there. I think you get spot on with that. I think first off, people need to be mindful that once the heat comes on and the humidity, automatically to me, the number one thing becomes nutrition, hydration. So first I would say would be hydration. So the theory is always that if you get thirsty, it's too late. You should be hydrated. A lot of times people are taking water on their workout, but you should be drinking sufficient water so that you're not feeling dehydrated. That is obviously an area you don't want to go in there. So be hydrated, and you don't want to get overheated. So obviously things like sunblock, you want to wear loose fitting clothing, keep your skin, at much exposure, limited. Very, very, very important. I know for me personally, I like to work out in the heat and humidity. I don't feel like I have a decent workout when I'm sweating and half dead. However, I am mindful that usually also it might mean me having to adjust my time. So where I would normally do an outdoor workout might be 45 minutes, that might take me 30. So I'm making adjustments for the heat and humidity, you know what I mean?
You might have someone listening to you right now that decides, you know what, I need to lose 30 pounds. And they get that sweatsuit and they go out at 12 o'clock. How cautious must that person be? Because they're not getting the proper advice on, like you said, hydration and a cool down period.
And that's another good one too. I think I've seen people have asked me, people seek me on, they're asking different questions about various things. Like the biggest thing now will be like a sweatsuit. Another popular thing will be the waist trainer. And you're absolutely right. Those things you gotta be very careful when you're doing something like that, because you could be doing more harm than good. Like I said, your body overheating, getting to a point where you're not hydrated enough, and then you're getting a sunstroke or heat exhaustion. Two very dangerous things. So just be smart. My thing is there are no quick fixes. There is nothing that you can do. You want to be sustainable. So be healthy first. So my advice would be to be very careful with something like that. To be going out, expose yourself to the elements, high heat, without real proper hydration and protection from the sun. Chances are you will do more damage than good.
I know you don't like to tell the tales out of school, so how did Mr. Rollins really make up this morning?
He did good. He did well. First of all, Ian always does well. Ian is very determined. He's very determined to do his very best. So I give him a lot of credit for that. He doesn't miss many sessions that we have, these group sessions that we do. So I'll definitely give him credit. He's a little older than me, but we're in a similar age bracket. But for a mature gentleman, he does a very good job. He did great this morning. So he did very good. No, all jokes aside, he did really good.
Thank you, Dave, because you should see his reaction on his side. You should see his reaction.
Well, you said, I'm feeling good right now, but when I finish, I know I'm going to sleep. So I just want to know, when I walk across your office, if your head's down, I just want to know what I need to do to pick you up back up.
Well, no, I was kidding. I'm not. I know. I'm not going to sleep.
It's getting warmer though.
Well, it's good, but his classes they just take you to a new level. I'm being honest. People should understand, take advantage of Dave's classes. And I know you don't like to talk about him. He's a very humble guy, and I get that. That's cool. But if you want to, get into shape and understand your mind, get your body going, and just take yourself to a new level, Go see Dave Wolf. I'm being honest. He has a morning, an afternoon, and evening classes. And there are people now asking Dave, you can have a class on a Saturday morning.
I do appreciate the compliment, and I do appreciate the love for me. And I think for me, I'm just thankful, like sometimes I was out running just last week, to Earl's point, enjoying this good weather. Finally, we got some Bermuda weather that we can all enjoy. And I'm just thankful that I can still move, for me, it's always been about, sports, activity, athletics, and then just at the age of now, well into my 40s, it just feels good to be able to move. And you guys know, for me, I'm always encouraging people to move. Whether they come to my class, they go to another class, just be active, because we need not take for granted that we have the ability to move and just generate some type of activity. So that's my whole thing. But I'm enjoying it. It's been good. I opened up just after Christmas, and it's been a nice, steady, organic growth, I would call it. I enjoy it. Yeah, I'm about to do something very soon, something which is a corporate initiative, something to encourage companies to get together in a very competitive way, kind of like encouraging team building, and team cohesion, and also having an edge where we can raise some funds for charity. So I'll be telling you guys about that probably the next week. The next time we speak, I'll have everything in place to talk about what I'm calling my Fit for Life Summer Series, which is an opportunity for companies and groups to get together to have this little challenge, but also to raise some money and give back to a very worthy charity.
Well said, Dave. You mentioned also, which I think Earl put the question to you about the summer, how people prepare themselves. Why is it that people, and it's been going on for years, even before you and I got into fitness, Dave, that people, we train during the summer. We take, say, from April to August or September, we want to get ourselves mentally prepared for summer. We want to look this way, feel this way. But then we don't take that initiative to say, let's keep on the stride and prepare for life. We just want to do it for 4 or 5 months. How is it that the science now is telling people, take that 4 months and turn it into 12 months? But it's not an easy task. How do you go about doing that?
I mean, I have to be careful sometimes, because I'm the fit guy. I'm the fitness guy. I'm somebody who's always been seen to be active, and so sometimes the assumption is that it's easy for me, and I have to be careful when I say things, whether it be in this setting on air, or even when I'm talking to people on the street, that to come across as not being condescending or too lofty. But it is something you have to work at. You made a point. Whether or not we are genetically blessed, whether or not we are less weight than someone else, at the end of the day, it is a mindset. It is a determination that one makes, and it has to be a connection with it. So for me, I understand that the closer I am to the finish line, the less I have to go to reach it. So for me, it's easier to stay there. So I might allow myself to get within a range of, shall we say, fitness or aesthetic look. But you're right. I think what happens is just we've got this mindset that we work hard when it gets warm for the summer. We prepare our summer bodies, as people would say, and then when it gets winter time and fall, then we just take our foot off the gas, which is obviously less than ideal, because there's a lot of back and forth in your body. Sometimes people might pack on 10, 15 pounds extra. But yeah, I think it's just a mindset. I think it's also maybe more knowledge, more understanding. One of the reasons why I currently have the tagline, "Stay Ready," it is because that is my mantra, that is my motto, that is my belief, that is my philosophy. I used to say that you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. So to your point, I think it's really just, individuals coming to a place of, hey, I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing it for my family, my children, my grandchildren. I'm going to stay in this place of healthiness and wellness. You know what I mean? But I think it's getting better. I think in this day and age, there are more personal trainers than ever. There are more gyms than ever. It seems to be more people doing yoga and Pilates and all types of functional training. So my hope is that it will continue to get better and better.
With that said, Dave, just this past Saturday, there was an event held at the City Hall, put on by Bermuda Bodybuilding Federation. The extravaganza, I believe this was the event. What was it like? I mean, this is the prelude to obviously the big event in July, but what was the outcome of the contestants?
I think it was good. I'm obviously a part of the committee, so I got a chance to help, organize it and then be behind the scenes and help see some of the athletes. So from my point of view, it was a huge success, because I think that one of the things the extravaganza does is gives the novice person an opportunity to start. it gives them opportunities to showcase what they have. And, you know, people may not have the body all together, they might not have the tightest package, but it's something about getting up on stage in front of your family, your friends, your work colleagues, and showcasing yourself. It is a euphoric high, and I saw that. So I saw, you know, I'll mention one person in particular, a 19-year-old young man who got up on stage, and he did 2 categories, and he was beaming from ear to ear after he got off the stage, and you know, he kept saying how he wanted to go back on. So I think it's great because what that show does, it gives an individual an opportunity to start, and then you never know where this might take you. You know, if you us who are older, you know, we might find ourselves in professions and jobs and careers at 45 and 50, but if you look back where you started from, you know, what that exposure was, whether it was Earl, you know, being exposed to imagery and cameras, and then look where Earl is now, and then yourself. So I just think that the extravaganza gives the opportunity for someone to start, and then you never know where they might end up. So from that point of view, to me, it was a huge success.
Well stated. Well stated. Earl's agreeing with you because I think he stopped by on Saturday.
Yeah, I was there.
So it was good. It was good. Big things are happening in July for the next event, and it's always been a success in July. So or in August, but this event moved forward by 1 month. I see no difference, and I wish the Bermuda Bodybuilding Federation or the association all the best going forward for this year.
Very much, sir. Thank you. Thanks for you guys' support. Thank you, Earl, for doing a fine job, and thank you for the opportunity to be on the Urbays and just talk about what I love to do, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Any final comments?
Good.
Well, enjoy the rest of your day, Dave, and I'm sure we'll look forward to seeing you Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock.
Sure, I'll see you soon, and I'll keep you abreast with some things that are happening in the near future, and be sure to give you guys all the information so you can definitely get the word out for me. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Not a problem. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care.
All right, thank you. We're going to take a commercial break, but I'll tell you what, before we take that commercial break, our phone has been lighting up, but we couldn't answer the call at that time. I'll put that question out there again, the sports trivia question. Clarence Hill, Bermuda's sole medalist in the Olympic Games, made his professional debut in boxing in what month and year? Give us a call at 292-9595. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Lindo's Group of Companies, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. We'll return after the break.
Here's a new arrival on the healthy snack market, created by a legendary snack entrepreneur, Vegan Rob Snacks. Brand namesake Robert Ehrlich opted out of the bag snacks big league after years of successfully launching many of the iconic snack brands. Rob funnels all that expertise into his choice to put a little more TLC into the process and brings us superior nutrition value and out-of-this-world flavor. Try Vegan Rob Stewart and spinach kettle chips and dairy-free cheddar or Brussels sprouts. Why go to place else?
Premier Health is a smart health insurance plan that does most of the thinking for you.
You're automatically connected to 1 million U.S. network providers, 24/7 worldwide support,
And more local providers who are registered online.
96% of claims are settled in 5 days, often without paperwork. Less paperwork cuts errors, delays, and costs.
So more of your premium goes towards generous benefits.
Premier Health. Smart health insurance feels good.
Call Colonial on 296-3200
Or visit cgigroup.com.
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo's in St. George's and Main Road, Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8:30 till 5, and Sundays 10 till 5. For more details, visit gametime.pm or call 296-333. Game Time. We play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Hi, this is Pat Trott. We invite you to join me Tuesday mornings on Power 95 at 8:15 for the Travel Edge Weekly Travel Talk Show. The same experienced team of travel professionals, same phone number and location at 35 Church Street, Hamilton. We look forward to being of service to you as you live your travel dreams.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
And welcome back. I forgot to congratulate Men's City for winning the Premier League. I did.
Oh, okay.
Right, they won the Premier League. Congratulations to all the Man City supporters in Bermuda and throughout the world for winning the 2017-2018 league season. So congratulations, Man City. Their neighbors, Man United, lost yesterday to the bottom team, West Brom 1-0. And so they won the league. Congratulations to them. It's amazing. Man United up and down like Liverpool at one time.
It's amazing how you can beat a team at the top of the table.
The week before.
Yeah, and then lose to a team at the bottom. But that's why you have to play the 90 minutes.
You do. You
literally have to play every game is the 90 plus minutes.
I was telling one of my good friends who's a Liverpool fan this morning that we should take Daniel Sturridge back for next week, let him play, because he's out on loan with West Bromwich Albion, right?
Oh, okay.
And we have to play them next week. And so I said, we'll take him back.
He's out on loan, so more than likely he can't play.
No, I know, I'm just talking smack.
Oh, okay.
Smack. And I'm just saying that we take him back so we can rest our players for the semi-finals, right? That's squad, right? So you think it's a crazy stuff either. I say, yeah, well, make it happen. So again, congratulations to Man City for the league, and we'll see what happens with Man United. They take on Bournemouth on Wednesday in another league game, a make-up game. And then they play Tottenham on Saturday. Man United and Tottenham in the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
Right.
I wonder how our good friend Mr. Gary Marino is going to react to that outcome.
Well, you know he'll be talking a lot of smack before the game.
He started today.
Yeah. Get it all in early, man.
Yes. Did he go visit Sean this morning? Because his Man United.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Is Sean here?
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
Okay.
He saw me. He said there was no excuse for the defeat when they lost to WBA. He said that it is what it is, and he's going to move on.
Okay. You have to move on.
Yeah.
You can't stand still.
No, you can't. No. You can't. So again, congratulations to Man City for winning the league title in an awkward way, but they won. It's the bottom line.
Well, as long as they can take care of their business, then when those other teams lose, the main focus is make sure you take care of your business. Did they come from behind to win on Saturday?
Who's this?
City. I think they came from behind.
No, they were here.
But they finished. They played who? Who did they play?
Tottenham. They beat Tottenham.
Oh, okay.
They beat Tottenham.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting these text messages. No, we're not taking it back. No, I know we're not taking it back, Lauren. We're not going to take it back. I was saying it as a joke. No, I don't want storage. Trust me. I told you 2 years ago I didn't want storage. So I'm just a little poop.
But you know what? And I'm glad they're listening.
Right.
You lot have no say in who you get. So deal with whatever the coach brings to you and accept it. Move on. Your fears can go off. And that's why I don't have a team, because I can say those things. I can say those things, and there's no coming back. You don't make any club decision. You don't make any coaching decision.
Who told you that? Who told you that? You sure?
I know it. When was the last time the coach said, "Hey, let me call Ian and find out whether or not he wants me to make this sub or this sub"?
You don't know that.
I know for a fact. No. And guess what? Even the 56,000 that show up week in and week out, they could cry for whoever they want. The coach says no, it's no. Simple as that.
You'll understand one day when you read.
That's what's wrong with you people.
What?
You're brainwashed with red.
Oh.
Look, Don growing up, I knew every team had a strip, and that was the strip. Liverpool was red. And all of a sudden they came up with a yellow strip with pinstripe red. Then they had a blue strip and a green strip, and I'm saying, you're confusing people.
Yeah, okay.
You're confusing people. United the same way.
It only confuses Earl. United the same way?
Yeah, United have a blue strip, a white strip. I don't know. Look, so fans have to figure out, pack a bag, because you don't know what jersey they're wearing today.
So you're saying Liverpool fans, Man United fans have to pack a bag because you know what jersey we're going to wear today?
Yeah, do you like to wear the same color jersey that the teams wear on the day, don't you?
Rubbish.
You don't? Oh, well,
I wear a jersey that represents Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Which one's that?
There's a number of jerseys to me.
Oh, okay, see? It's a number of jerseys.
As long as it has Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
Right?
But so you can go. So when you go to watch Liverpool, you always wear a jersey that says Liverpool. Are you trying to let people know who you're for, or are you trying to convince yourself who you're for?
I'm not trying to convince myself. Trust me.
My fans getting off to you. Like, can you imagine?
I'm not going to try to convince myself. I'll be having a problem with trying to convince myself at this age. No, not at all, mate. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I just wear anything that says Liverpool, mate. You wear anything that says St. George's, right?
I never wear anything that says St. George's.
Dark blue, light blue?
That could mean a lot of things. I tell you, I'm trying to get the national colors to change to these colors.
The what? National colors?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Really? Why those colors?
It's 292.
292, 95 is the number.
Okay. Why? What do you mean? Why those colors? I think that's the colors you should wear.
Oh. Okay. I see. Interesting. For those who are still trying to get the question regarding our trivia question, I give it to you one more time before we take a commercial break. Clarence Hill, Bermuda silver medalist in the Olympic Games, made his professional debut in boxing in what month and year? Give us a call at 292-9595. No, I'm not accepting your text messages, people, so do not do that. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to do it. 292-9595. Pretty straightforward.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Linda and Company, Colonial Group International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life.
Somebody's gonna call.
Feel the power of your health. I kind of hope she calls back and wins because I think she got it right. She said
okay.
So it would only be fitting that she called me back and
right.
I would ask her, what was your last answer?
Right.
And give it to her.
97% in 5 days.
And what does this power mean for you?
More benefits and more choice.
Premier Health. Smart health insurance feels good.
Call Colonial on 296-3200
or visit cgigroup.com.
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo's and St. George's and Main Road, Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8:30 till 5, and Sundays 10 till 5. For more details, visit GameTime.pm or call 296-3222. Game Time. You play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Here's a new arrival on the healthy snack market, created by a legendary snack entrepreneur, Vegan Rob Snacks. Brand name saying
they're saying what? They're struggling for content. No, where's Scotty? So yeah, you're correct. The guest council room too. Sorry, invite Mark and Brent. Right? Mark's on.
Got a couple of actual commercials. Got a couple of actual ones.
Yeah, please do. Put a couple more.
Windows. Why do they play sell? Attention all Bermuda! The new Reform Productions presents its annual Big Sounds of Swing double floor party at the Spinning Wheel on Saturday, April 28th. Doors open up at 9:30 p.m. on the lower level. It's DJ Jim Brown and DJ D General playing your new school, old school, hip hop, R&B, house, and soca.
No, that's not the answer.
Big T Entertainment brings you the 2016, 2017.
All right, listen to the question, okay? All right. When he won the medal, 19.
Yeah, he said it, 76. That's when he won the medal. How can he go professional if he won the medal in 76?
76, right.
That's why I said, you don't want because I knew people still jump on and go.
Yeah. And even if it was 76, she didn't get the month. Because he won the medal in June or July that year.
Right.
I can't remember what month, but it was 76.
Join the Center on Philanthropy on Sunday, April 22nd for Allied World Family Community Day. Bring family and friends, experience the joy of volunteering and learning about
what answer did you give me before the first time you called?
Students can earn up to 2 community
okay, cool. That's it. I just want. I was hoping that you call back. Yeah, yeah. Okay, what's your number again?
Snickles Professional Face and Body Painting, Bombay Warriors,
Tell them who Tom's number.
Allied World Family Community Day is free for all. Victoria Park,
cool?
Sunday, April 22nd from 1 to 5 p.m.
What's going on?
I was going to interview him. That's fine.
That's fine. I can call her back. I got a number.
It's the same girl, right?
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Wild Child.
Wild Child.
giveaways and more. The 6 o'clock hour, we're going to be mixed it up.
Stand by.
Okay. The best in R&B, hip-hop, reggae, soca, all that.
That record, boy.
So make sure you're locked in. Every weekday, 6 p.m. to 7, right here on Power 95 FM. Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
And we have a winner. Yes, we have a winner. The question for the trivia question for today is Clarence Hill, Bermuda silver medalist in the Olympic Games, made his professional debut in boxing in what month and year? And the winner is Wild Child. She got it correct. It was April 1980. We had a couple other calls. People were getting incorrect. They were saying 1976. As you know, in 76 he won the bronze medal in Montreal, Canada. And his professional debut was in April 1980. Again, congratulations to Wild Child. She wins a $25 gift certificate on behalf of Sports Source. And of course, we have another trivia question next week.
You got these easy questions here. Mine lasted 3 weeks, man.
Yours still lasted. Yeah. My other one lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And this one here, I said, let me just.
Don, I'm going to suspend him from picking the question for a couple of weeks.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We'll have it again next week. I'll let you pick the question.
Sure.
All right.
And be prepared to get the answer in May.
So Google won't help.
Google's not going to help.
Google's not going to help.
Oh, mercy.
All right.
Wikipedia or nothing. No, it's not going to help.
It's not going to help, man.
Nah. I know a few things in that book that, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have our segment now on the International Triathlon Union, but unfortunately the guests could not make it, so we were unable to fill that spot. So we will just ad-lib some stuff regarding what's happening in the sports world, what's happening in the local front of sports, and so forth. So
did you make it Saturday night?
Make it where?
City Hall.
No, I didn't make it Saturday.
Okay.
No, I didn't make it.
Okay.
Why? What happened?
No, it was just, I mean, just to see some of the people who had never been on stage before. I was close enough to see it took a lot out of them emotionally to get out there and walk on stage, because some people fear performing in front of others.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So
that was a great opportunity.
For them to be out and for the first time. They probably worked out with people in a gym per se, but then when you get into competition, it's only you out there, and no matter how many lights are on and you can't see, every single eye is on you.
Good point. Yeah. That's a good point. And what I like about it is what the association has done, and it's been in place, I think, under the previous administrator, that this was an opportunity for people who are new, who want to get the shyness out, to get the experience, to see what it's all about, to feel for it. And then, say, what, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
I've seen what it's like in April. Let me prepare myself for a couple of months later.
Right.
And then if that's not how they say, at least I get 1 year under my belt, I know what it's going to be like the following year. So it's great.
I could only imagine what was running through some of them's mind as they were behind the curtain. But once their name was announced and the music started and they came out, you can't see anything. You could just hear your name being called. And I think that calms a lot of nerves, and you can see it in the smiles. Even the guys, you smile because you have a section. It's just noise. You don't know where that's coming from, sort of thing. But I think all those competitors that took part on Saturday night would have enjoyed the atmosphere once they got on stage.
Right.
Yeah.
When you played sports, did you block out the audience?
Yeah.
Just blocked it out.
Never. I mean, before the game starts, I was also like a joker before a game, so I'd crack a joke with the opposing team, I'd crack a joke with the fans, kind of just break ice kind of thing. But once the game started, I very rarely heard anybody on the sideline, because you get so in tune in what you're doing. You have to channel that attention span, because you could be talking to somebody on the side just for a split second, and a situation happened, and you're caught out. You find yourself chasing. So you just have to learn. People have to learn when to turn on, when to turn off, and in a team sports, turning off is when the final whistle's blown or there's a stoppage, and you have a break of some sort. But when you're individual, because you that all falls on you. But a team sport, you have to be ready at all times for anything. Yeah.
Well, you're right. You're right regarding team and then individual as well. Some people can cope with it.
Yeah.
Some people can't.
I mean,
it's different now where headphones are in place where athletes put on headphones and use music to focus on what they're doing. And
Right.
That's
well, I know. What's funny now, I know some sports are now looking to ban devices from sidelines, only because in certain sports there's no coaching on the side. There's no, and people they could be listening to motivation speeches or whatever, but the opportunity of having a device such as a phone on the, because if you watch tennis, some tennis players go right to their bag, take out their phone, and they're looking, and the coaches probably text them a message, and so they're looking to ban that type of stuff because you're not supposed to have any outside influence whilst the game is on.
Mhm.
So it's your profession, you're a professional, you have to figure things out on your own. So I even watch a lot of our local athletes. The minute halftime comes in whatever sport or they got a break, first thing they're doing, they're on the phone. So you're fully not in tune with what's going on the field of play because you're more interested in what's happening outside of the game to concentrate 100% on the game itself. So
no,
no player coaching.
No. Some sports actually will not allow that to happen. If you watch professional tennis, the coaches opt into box.
Yeah.
Not allowed to open their mouths.
And that's been ingrained for years, right? Ingrained like that. But then there are some other sports. Well, track and field is similar to that too.
Yeah,
but it depends
coaches
on
have
which event, right?
Right.
It depends on which event, because in some throwing events, some coaches can be there.
They have an area where they press and throws, and then they can go to the coach and get some advice.
Right.
Same thing, high jump. The field events, they're allowed to do that.
Right.
In the track events, once you get to the call room, that's it. No more. Yeah.
So and then it depends, like as you said, the individual is how they prepare themselves, how they focus on that event. Some people get distracted. Some people could just block out everything and just say, you know what, I'm here to take on this event.
And it's up to the people around them to know that that's what they do. I mean, you find some people will put on a set of headphones, put on shades, and just sit there. You don't know what they're listening to. Don't assume what they're listening to. That's how they do it. Others will get on a bus and they'll laugh and they'll joke, and that's how they get rid of their butterflies. That's how they prepare themselves, because they want to be in a joyful mood. They want to be in a more relaxed. So it's how people get themselves prepared for. And then what you do is you surround yourself with similar like people, because if you're one that puts on your headphones and just tunes into what you're doing, I don't want my joking around and playfulness to get you out of, because I need you
to be focused.
Right. You know what I mean? So if you're traveling on a bus, if you're traveling in a car, basically you get around the people that are similar to you. So when you all get there, you're ready to go however you prepare yourself.
That's
you
true.
know, so.
Remember Sir Viv Richards?
Yeah.
When he used to walk to the wicket?
Yeah.
His baseball, his cricket cap, and chewing gum.
Chewing gum, yeah.
Didn't even phase it.
Nobody said nothing to him. If he was next, he sat by himself.
Yeah. If his pads on.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Chewing his gum with his cricket cap on. Just come to the wicket. And never wear a helmet.
Nope. He got struck one time. It hurt, because he said it in an interview years later. He said, but you know what? You never let your opponents see that they hurt you.
That's true.
He didn't even rub the spot.
Oh, wow.
And he got in the head, the back of the head. Wow. The next delivery was a short delivery, and he back with a square for 6. And stood there chewing his gum, looking at the builder, because the builder's now upset. Yeah. I got you once, now you got me. So I think he went on to hit score like 79, 78, something like that. So yeah.
Interesting athlete he was this time. It's a lot of interesting athletes.
But they
raise their game to be focused on
right,
where they need to
and
go.
they channel themselves to do. They channel themselves in their way to make sure that they are fully prepared for whether it be a team event or individual event. So, you know, that's how they operate.
For sure. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
Radio has been presented to you by Windows Group of Companies, Colonial Groups International, Global Atlantic Financial Group, Game Time, and Fit for Life with Dave Wolf. We'll return after the break.
Here's a new arrival on the healthy snack market, created by a legendary snack entrepreneur, Vegan Rob Snacks. Brand namesake Robert Ehrlich opted out of the bag snacks big league after years of successfully launching many.
Yes. Okay. Okay, you want to go on the air? Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, get sports update.
Somebody wants to go on there to talk about football, so we got 10 minutes. Let's go.
If you get a chance to talk about, like, how's it being?
Okay.
Information out of that. On ZFP-TV7.
Call Colonial on 296-3200 or visit
Just got a question or query.
Okay.
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo's in St. George's and Main Road, Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8:30 till 5, and Sundays 10 till 5. For more details, visit GameTime.pm or call 296-3222. Game Time. You play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. We have a call on the line, has a question for us. Good afternoon and welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Good, thanks.
I'm just curious. I'm talking to some guys at the BFA, associated with the BFA, and they're telling me that the international players that we have abroad are on the same level as the Bermudian players that are playing here. This is just ludicrous for me to even hear it from any other committee in the BFA. Because I knew international players train 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. In Bermuda, we train, what, 2 hours twice a week?
Well, let me ask you this question. In what context did you ask that question? Because it could be different ways. I mean, it could be, are they deemed equal when picking the team? Are they deemed, what context were you asking the question for them to give you that response?
I'm asking the question because it's hands down that nobody in Bermuda is playing at the level of the overseas players. If you're playing for, let's say, Naki Valses, what Bermudian is doing what he's doing to make it into the first Premier Division?
None.
So there's no way that nobody in BFA can tell me that these players are playing at the same level as the international players. They can't. How does I know that, Mr. Bailey?
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I asked. What was the context in which the question was asked?
Hey, I just went to the person, and I said, hey, man, how come you guys don't really call back the international players? Because they're playing at a higher level. And they told me, I beg to differ. I don't think that they're playing at a higher level. So I'm like, how can they be? And their rationale was, we have the ability to get there. I said, you have the ability to get there, but you're not there. Bermuda's not going to get there. And realistically, there's no one in Bermuda. Whoever you get to manage the national side, they're never going to get us where we want to be, or where we should be. Because if you look at it, we was ranked in 1993. Bermuda was 85th in the world. Now, 2018, we're 185th in the world. And every time you talk to the BSA, they say football's getting better. How is it getting better if we're going to go much further?
You also have to be mindful that times have changed over the time from 1993 to 2018. The economy was rough. Money wasn't there to put things in place, development. You also got to look at things where it's on the up, as we say, in a positive way. You got to look at things where a number of international matches are not being played now because, or in the past, because of the economy again. So going forward, I think what the BFA is trying to allude to is that things are going to be put in place, and yes, we can bring back the rankings up to hopefully 85th, where you said in 1993. regarding the professional players. Professional players nowadays, in this generation of the 21st century, do they commit to representing their country for Bermuda? No, they've got a place, a spot to keep their place in the professional fields, and that's why a lot of players don't come back up. And this goes back to Sean Little days, even prior to that. It's just times have just definitely changed, and so what we have, our numbers are small in all our sports because of the population of Bermuda. Do we do well? Yes, we do the best we can. But eventually, we want to take it to that next level. Our ranking in cricket has dropped since the time we made the World Cup. Yes, the format has changed, but have we moved forward? No.
Right. Yeah, I understand everything you're saying, but I know about 4 players that's outside of Bermuda that's never been called to play for the country. And I'm saying, like, how you don't call these guys? How you don't stay on top to find out if they're doing good, doing bad? What? We do nothing with these guys. You know what I mean? We have to start calling these guys back if we want to raise the level of football in Bermuda. We have to let these guys be a part of what's happening here. So the young guys can look and say, okay, I can aspire to be a Nicky Wells, Malone Butterfield, or anybody. You know what I mean? We have to do this, sir, because if we don't, we're getting lost. We walk through our airport. The Barbados, I've got all these celebrities of sports in the airport. I get in Bermuda, what I've got? I've got nothing to look for in this country.
And your point is valid regarding what you're saying. We got 4 players that we're not looking at. It's not up to myself or Mr. Basin or you. I think it has to be passed on to the people, to the scouts, to say, are we looking at these players? Has anyone taken time out to understand what these 4 players are? But this goes way back even when I was kids. We were leaving people out of the national squad in football or in cricket. We just can't pick everyone, and that comes down to, again, our scouting. And then we say we left this person out, we didn't know about this, we know about that. Going forward, we have to make it better. And with example of Calvin Blankendale, the program that he's putting on, he's saying these are players who haven't been picked for our national squad who can be looked at. So again, kudos to him, what he's doing. And so our programs have to revolve around being involved with everyone. And so we have to take it and make it into a positive and not just, you're right, select the same players. The 4 players, hopefully they can be looked at one day.
Now, the other thing is, now from my traveling, I go to different clubs. Just about every club that I've been to in the UK, they use futsal in their program. Why the BFA wouldn't have nothing to do with the futsal in Bermuda? I don't understand it. Everybody uses this. It's making the game 100% better. The players learn a lot. They play faster. And we wouldn't encourage this type of thing in Bermuda. I don't understand it. There's certain things that we throw away that we can use so much that it's such an important tool for our football and for us to go forward, and we don't use it. It's almost like the people in the DSA is like, if it's not my idea, it's not going to work. I'm not saying it's like that. I'm just saying that's how it comes off to a person, to me, put it that way.
Okay, you said every club you go to, they use futsal, but in Bermuda, you want the association to use futsal and not the clubs. Why can't the clubs start in futsal?
Sorry, I meant to say we have to put it in. We should be putting it into the clubs. We can't leave it to the BFA to do. You know that, because that's something different. But they can still put it a part of the program.
That's a club.
Well, they do. They actually teamed up with the futsal Peter Sousa's group, and they had leagues running over the summer period. But if the clubs see the value of it, they can play small sided. It don't even have to be inside. It could be futsal in a small area using the club facility, using the club field.
Right. Very true.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just interested in finding out what the BFA is doing to this, whatever they're trying. And I don't discourse. I'm not trying to knock what they're doing. I'm just trying to figure out what destination you're really going in.
Right. Well, let me just say this. The Bermuda Football Association is the clubs, and the clubs are the Bermuda Football Association. End all, be all. So if the clubs want something, they tell the BFA, and they're mandated to do it because they're elected. If they don't do it, they vote them out and put the people that they want to elect. So I hear a lot of people saying stuff about the association, when it's actually the clubs who actually run the game. They're just the officers facilitating the bylaws week in and week out of the game itself. So it's up to the clubs, if they want change, to come together, agree, and make change. Simple as that.
Very true, okay. All right. Thank you very much, Earl Boy.
No problem, man. No problem at all. Tough luck Saturday night, but it'll make you guys stronger.
Why you putting me on blast right there?
Because if you
no, you was at the bodybuilding show, right?
Because I lost on Saturday night. You hurt my feelings, you know.
Nobody knew what I was talking about. There was a lot of sports on Saturday, especially Saturday night.
Saturday night, I only know one thing happened Saturday night, and I was involved in that. So that's how I took that. You know how it is, Earl.
Earl's pulling your leg. He's just taking a jab at you.
No, that wasn't a jab.
I'm kidding.
Hey.
Yeah. I should get it next year.
All the best.
All the best, man. Take it easy.
Take care.
Okay.
Well, that's our time for Inside Sports Talk Radio. We're going to wrap it up here. We have our winner who's come by to pick up the prize from last week and today. Ain't there something?
Hey.
Ain't there something?
It's a winner.
It's a winner. The same winner.
George's winner.
Thank you.
So what? It's a fact. Yes, congratulations.
Don't get her quick enough, Andrew Converse, everybody.
Pardon me? Say
Don't
again?
get her quick enough.
Oh, you couldn't get her quick enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Jacon's gone.
The uniform color looks kind of weird, isn't it?
It's blue. And blue.
Yeah.
Okay? And
blue and blue.
More blue.
Blue, red, round
Okay.
color. I see
Yeah.
it. I see it. Not
That's
a problem.
Manchester United.
Now he's going silent.
No, not going silent at all. Congratulations, Man City.
Thank you very much.
I said Man City. See,
Hey,
you fell for
no,
it.
not
See?
even thinking of you. Not even listening to you, really.
Don Bassett, thank you very much, mate.
Anytime.
Cool. I'll see you next week, Monday.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.